Hello, beautiful souls. You're listening to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host and author, Julie Jancis. Did you know that you can listen to this show everywhere podcasts are found? It's true. Now, I have 3 free gifts just for you. First gift, I give away a new reading each week to a person who's left a 5-star positive review of this show, then submitted it to me using the contact form at theangelmedium.com/contact. I hope I'm calling your number next. Second gift, if you'd like a new daily angel message, join me on Insta at Angel Podcast. Third free gift. If you'd like to know the name of one of your guardian angels so that you can work with them even more closely, go to the homepage of my website, theangelmedium.com, and submit your contact info at the very top. I'll email you back personally with the name of one of your angels. Okay, as we begin the show, I want you to feel the presence of your angels surrounding you. And just know that the loving, positive messages you resonate with today are messages for you from your angels and loved ones on the other side. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host and author, Julie Jancis. And friends, today we have just beautiful, hope-filled stories from Kelly. Kelly, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm so excited you're here. I'm going to have you take it away and share your first story.
Okay, great. Thanks. So I would say, just as kind of a preview to this story, I've always been spiritual and believed, in God, and I love God, but I've never really, I hadn't really been too much into looking for signs or thinking about the afterlife until my dad passed away from cancer. So he passed away in August of 2019, so almost 5 years ago now. And I was extremely close to him. I was daddy's little girl, but also we were best friends. We have similar personalities. And sometimes I think maybe two females or two males that they might butt heads if they have similar personalities, but it just worked, and so we were so close. And so it was just devastating, obviously, when he passed away. And so I started reading books on the afterlife and signs and near-death experiences because I wanted to feel him again. And then I also started listening to your podcast, and it was just such a comfort to listen to other people's stories. So I have lots of stories, lots of signs and things, but there's one that isn't just a single event. It kind of built upon itself, and so that makes it, I think, extra special to me. But so I have a friend who is an empath. She can sense things or, communicate with loved ones or those on the other side. And I think it was January 2023. She had sent me a text and she was like, I know this sounds weird, but I was in the grocery store and this song was playing, Nothing Can Stop Us Now by Starship. And I kept thinking of you. And I thought, okay, I need to just text her and tell her. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. But, I didn't really think anything of it because, that song didn't really mean anything to me at the time. And so, just went on, with my life. And then about 6 months later, I was having a really rough morning and I was missing my dad. And I was just like, Dad, I need a sign from you and I need it to be big and in my face. I don't want it to be something that could be considered a coincidence. And about an hour later, I get a text from her and she's like, remember the song I sent you some months ago? And she sent me a screenshot of the text. And she was like, it was crazy because I was watching this series on Netflix. And so what the episode was on this series was this woman is with her friend, and her friend is a death doula, and her friend gets called to go to a family's house. And she's like, you're gonna have to come with me. So they go to this house, and they're in the bedroom, and so the death doula is standing at the end of the bed, and her friend is in the corner like, oh my goodness, what is happening? And then the father is lying on the bed, and he is dying or has died. And then the mom and their two grown daughters are standing next to the bed. So the death doula is like, just say what you feel, whatever comes to your mind, just say it out loud. And all of a sudden, one of the daughters starts singing, "Nothing Can Stop Us Now." And it's kind of hard to tell at first because there's no music, and she doesn't have the greatest voice. So it takes a little bit to realize that's what she's singing. And her mom and sister look at her like, are you crazy? But then they start singing this song, and by the end they're laughing and crying. And she's like, it's just crazy because, I told you the song was about you or for you. And it is crazy that it's a mom and a daughter, two daughters, and then the dad has died. And she's like, so I think this song, you need to play it and think about your dad and know that he, is with you, and just sing and cry and whatever. And so that was pretty amazing in and of itself. But then a week later, I was having dinner with my mom and my two aunts, and they are my dad's sisters. And I was telling them the story and these series of events. And when I was finishing up with the story, I was sitting by one of my aunts, and I was looking at her, and she was like, Kelly, turn around and look at the waitress's arm. And I turned my head, and like in my face, the waitress is with her back to us. She's helping the table next to us. But on the back of her arm, she has a tattoo that says, "Love, Dad." And it was just crazy. And oh my gosh, it meant so much to me. So whenever she came over back to our table, I was like, oh, I know this is weird, but can I take a picture of your tattoo? And she was like, sure. And so I did. And then my aunts were like, well, do you have any other tattoos? And she's like, oh, I have a few. And she's like, one is this hummingbird. And my grandma was really big into gardening and birds, and she had a lot of hummingbirds obviously visit her. So that was special. But then she was like, and I have this tattoo of a random number. And my aunt was like, oh, that is my favorite number. And it was just crazy. And it turned out, it turned into this blessing for all of us of just, not only feeling the presence of my dad, but also my grandma and my grandpa. And it was just really beautiful. And so, yeah, so that's kind of the whole story, but it's meant to be. And it means a lot to me when my dad sends me these signs or, angel kisses or whatnot.
Oh, I love that. Angel kisses. That's just beautiful. I know that you have some other mini stories to share. Do you want to also share those as well?
One would be so about 8 months, 9 months after my dad passed away, I was on a girls' trip in Florida, and we were staying with or at a friend's house. And so we had access to lots of cable and streaming services. And so I had watched a few, I had two little boys, so I didn't have much time for TV. So I used this opportunity not just to go to the beach, but also to relax and watch some TV. And so towards the end of the weekend, I was talking to my friends, and I was like, what is so weird is that every movie or documentary or show that I've watched this weekend has had a main character with their first or last name being Penny. I'm like, isn't that just weird? Because Penny, I mean, it's not just such a common name. And they're like, Kelly, Penny's from heaven. And I just started laughing, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is totally my dad's personality and his humor and kind of his sarcasm to like be pennies from heaven, but not, and to make me do a little more thinking with it. And so it was just, that's totally him, of how he would incorporate that, but in his own way. So that's one. Another one is that I asked my dad for a sign and from him that day. And then we went bowling. We took my son's bowling, and we never go bowling, but we did this random Sunday. And my husband was looking for a ball to use, and he just grabbed one, and then he was about to put it on the little rack thing. And he was like, "Oh my gosh, Kelly, look." And the bowling ball said Ron on it, which is my dad's name. And so I took a picture, of course, and we are like, "Oh, crazy." And so he used it one or two times. But then one of the employees from the back came out and like grabbed the ball from our belt and took it back to the back, like it wasn't supposed to have been out there. And so, it just makes it even more special, because you're thinking, well, that ball wasn't even supposed to be out there for anybody to use, and you grabbed it.
Friends, guess what? We're hosting two live in-person events, an in-person Angel Reiki School and an in-person spiritual retreat. The first event is the weekend of June 1st in Oak Brook, Illinois, where I'm teaching the Angel Reiki School. This is where you get certified in mediumship, angel messages, and energy healing all at once. For a limited time, when you register for the Angel Reiki School in person, you'll also get my 8-week online Angel Reiki School. Visit theangelmedium.com/get-certified for details. You'll also find that link in the show notes. It's theangelmedium.com/get-certified. The second live in-person event this year is a spiritual retreat, the weekend of October 4th in Oak Brook, Illinois. The spiritual retreat is different in that it's for your own personal growth. The spiritual retreat is all about your own personal healing, your journey, reconnecting with yourself, learning to connect with your angels. And I'm going to talk about all new angels that I've never talked about before anywhere. This spiritual retreat is going to leave you with more personal peace, purpose, clarity, and confidence than ever before. Learn more at theangelmedium.com/retreat. That's theangelmedium.com/retreat. So just to recap, we have the in-person spiritual retreat October 4th for your own personal healing and growth. And the in-person Angel Reiki School, June 1st, is where you become a medium, angel messenger, and energy healer all at once. Links to details are in the show notes. I can't wait to meet you and hug you in person.
I'll just do one more. Another big one was, so I've had a few medium sessions and sessions with you, Julia, and a couple other women. And my mom is not quite so, she's a little skeptical. And so after I've had these sessions, I'm like, "Mom, you've got to listen to them. It's just so powerful." And so we were on a shopping trip, and we live in a small town, so it takes about an hour to drive anywhere with big shopping. And so we were on the drive home, and we were listening to the recording of the session, and all of a sudden a truck goes by, and it says, like, I can't remember exactly, it says like Ron's Heating and Cooling or Ron's Construction, which again, that's my dad's name. And then it underneath, really big, it said, "Give God all the glory." And I'm like, "Mom, what more evidence could you have than that? It is literally driving past us." So, and then also with that session, my mom is notorious for buying plants and leaving them in the pots that she bought them in, and not transferring them and repotting them, and then not watering them. And in the session, the lady was like, "And you're supposed to tell your mom, like, don't forget to water your plants," which was just hilarious, because at that time, literally mom's driveway was lined with the dead plants that she had bought that she just doesn't water. So yeah, those are a few more of my stories.
Oh my gosh. So, you know how spirit just kind of piggybacks off of things just
Mhm.
all the time. So, I just did a TED Talk last week as we're recording this, and I was asking my angels all day long. Like, I get signs every day, angels, but I want a big sign that you are with me. And so I'm driving downtown to go do this TED Talk. And I hear in my head, look to the right. So I look over, and it wasn't like naturally letters put onto the side of this truck. It was spray painted on, right? You know how they do that spray paint stuff, graffiti, and
Mhm.
then they kind of do almost like an aura around it with different colors and different like
Yes.
layers of colors, and just huge on the side of this truck. And it hadn't been washed off yet, said angels. And I go, oh my God, loud and clear, got the message. Thank you so much. This is going to be okay. I'm on the right track.
Yeah.
You're going to be with me on stage. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it's so funny because we've shared so many angel stories on the show, but we've never talked about there being a message through a truck in front of you, something on the truck. And so
Mhm.
you just said that, and it just happened last week. And that's synchronistic too. That's how they pull things together. And it always just wows me.
Mhm. Yes, definitely. I'm excited to see your TED Talk. I love TED Talk.
Yay. Oh, me too. Me too. I don't know when this angel story will air, but they got back to us yesterday and said mid to late May. They think that they'll have it edited over at TED and put up on YouTube.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yes, yes. Oh, thank you so much, Kelly, for being here. I love you and your energy. And just thank you for this story because it's just amazing. I mean, the songs that you got back to back in so many different ways. My God, that is your dad. And he is always there bringing through signs in different ways. And he always will be.
Yes, yes. I love him. Thank you so much for having me on here. It's been a
Oh,
pleasure. I've been
thank
excited to
you,
do this.
friend. Yes, me too. Me too. Have a beautiful, blessed day. And to anybody who's listening who has an angel story, we would just love, love, love to share it on the show. You can go over to my website, theangelmedium.com, and use the contact form to submit your story over there. Friends, I need your help reaching as many people as possible. If you'd like to support this podcast and help us spread more hope to the world, please book a session with me, join my angel membership, or take my angel Reiki school. What's the difference? If you'd like to know what messages your angels and loved ones have for you, you'll want to book a session with me. The angel membership is all about your own personal spiritual healing. The membership takes you on a spiritual journey that teaches you how to create your own heaven on earth. And the Angel Reiki School is for those who want to get certified in mediumship, angel messages, and energy healing all at once. These are 3 ways you can help us share a message of hope and love with more people than ever before. Register for one or all 3 at theangelmedium.com. That's theangelmedium.com. Now, let's pray together. As we do, I want you to pray in a way where you feel as though everything you want for yourself and the world has already come true, and you're giving thanks. Why? Because this is the best way to manifest. So let's begin. God, universe, source, thank you. We're so grateful that you've blessed this world with calm and peace for all. This calm and peace has spread like ripples, soothing the hearts of every soul. Thank you for opening our hearts to abundance, allowing each of us to live our most authentic life, and helping us to create our own heaven on earth. We thank you for the love and deep heart to heart connection that surrounds us every day in our relationships. We thank you for the abundance of health and aliveness we feel radiating from every cell in our and our families' bodies. Thank you for the gift of walking this life with us and guiding us every step of the way through your messages. We hear you through our own intuition, and we feel you walking right by our sides, and we overflow with gratitude. Thank you for financial abundance, an abundance of opportunities, miracles, blessings, and prosperity in every way. We know that you want us to succeed so that we can show others how you want them to succeed too. Thank you for the boundless love, kindness, empathy, and compassion that binds us all together. Thank you for the laughter, fun, moments of pure delight that fill us every day, especially today. God, Universe, Source, thank you for blessing us beyond measure and allowing us to use our souls, gifts, talents, skills, and abilities to serve the world. We love you. I love you. And in this we pray. Amen. Friends, we're working on some pretty major things over here. And if you wouldn't mind saying a little prayer that these things come to fruition if they're God's will, we'd so appreciate it. And please add a little prayer in for any specific thing you need right now, too. Have a beautiful, blessed day. And don't forget to submit your contact info at theangelmedium.com if you'd like me to channel the name of one of your angels for you. Sending you peace, bliss, and many blessings.